men's fashions. You know, first of all, the men get a bad rap, don't they? They don't get the attention. Why does all the attention go to women? Is sexism at work here, Elva?
No. I mean, you're competing like basically the most beautiful gowns in the world, and they're major. They're these confections, and so no, they're not. There's just more to look at. There's more to look at with the women. They have jewelry. There's some of them are wearing like $2 million worth of jewels. So
right. No men are wearing $2 million worth of jewelry.
Not that I heard, but they are wearing some nice things.
Okay. So let's get started on the men. The men walk the red carpet, even though they don't get the attention that they deserve, probably. And
they do. People really obsess about fine details.
They do obsess. And let's take George Clooney. I mean, George Clooney looks good in everything.
He did.
But there was controversy yesterday.
There was. He does this really retro look really well.
I mean, he looks good. What's the matter with how he looks right now?
Okay, so the bow tie, the bow tie was tied. It's too tight. If you look at it, the knot is really small.
He's got a knot issue.
It's a knot issue, and then also it's a 2-button coat that was buttoned. When he arrived on the red carpet, I was on Twitter last night because that's how I watch everything now. And the menswear people, menswear nerds erupted. They just howled.
Erupted in controversy.
The 2-button suit was not a good look.
I mean, like, I would.
And also his
if you asked me, it shows you I don't know any. I would have said he always looks great.
It was just a misstep. It wasn't like the worst. He wasn't the worst. He wasn't the worst.
JR, we got somebody else?
What?
Oh, Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
One of my favorite directors.
So Martin Scorsese was one of these people like Jonah Hill, like Christian Bale. They were wearing the black on black look. It's very dated. It just kind of reminds me of sort of millionaire era Regis Philbin at this point. It's really not a useful contemporary look. He is on trend, but he is wearing a bow tie.
He's a great director. Who cares what he wears?
Well,
who
you're
cares?
in the spotlight. I mean, here's the thing with men is there's so less things to look at, so you're going to obsess about everything. You're going to obsess about the cut, the way the bow tie is tied, whether, Pharrell Williams came on and his bow tie was askew, and you're just like,
oh my God,
you
Pharrell
couldn't,
Williams.
You know what I mean? So it's
now,
one of these
do men
things.
have stylists? They get a stylist?
They do. Everyone
You
gets
think Marty Scorsese has a stylist?
That I don't know.
Well, you don't know.
He seems kind of old school about that.
We got Pharrell Williams here, who I never even heard of.
Pharrell Williams. So you see his bow tie's a little slightly askew, and it's a little too tight. There's too much going on.
He's what we would call schlumpy looking.
He's wearing a vest.
Schlumpy. He's very creased. And what's going on?
It's just not. He just looks messy and rumpled.
Very, very messy. You got to look tight.
Yeah, look at
tight.
So Brad Pitt looked amazing last night. Brad Pitt sort of made a lot of the best dress.
By the way,
he looks fantastic.
He's like George Clooney though. He always looks good, doesn't he?
He's wearing Tom Ford, and you'll notice that the bow tie is perfectly proportioned to him. It's not too big, not too. If you look at Pharrell,
who's that woman he's with? Who is that?
That's Angelina, and she looks amazing. That's one of my favorite dresses from last night.
I couldn't look at her because all they did is she had her leg jutting out the whole day.
She was wearing Isaiah Versace. She was amazing.
You think she was amazing? What do you think about the pose? Does she have a hip problem?
She's working it.
Does she have a hip problem?
She's working it.
The leg was out the whole time.
But you remember it, don't you?
No, I don't remember because I didn't watch any of it, but I saw it in the New York Post today.
So so there's these kind of things to keep in mind is what sort of makes you
now, here
useful.
Are people who dress much more my line. I look like
he's wearing Brooks Brothers. Kermit the
Frog
is wearing Brooks Brothers.
When I wear a tuxedo like Kermit is there, I look like a Catskills waiter.
Here's the thing.
I think certain people cannot pull off the tuxedo.
This is why Kermit is on trend right now. He's wearing a bow tie. A bow tie right now is a much more youthful look.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to a long tie. And he's wearing black and white, whereas Jonah Hill was wearing a bow tie and black on black. It just was really bad.
Yeah, black on black. I really don't know what they're thinking.
No, and there's a lot of debatable color.
There's Jonah Hill.
It just wasn't. It looks like it basically makes his face look really, really wide. It's the opposite of slimming.
Yeah. Now let me ask you: Do you think Jonah Hill had a stylist?
He's so overstyled. I'm guessing he did, and it's just. Stylists can go wrong.
So what if I wanted a stylist? If I wanted a stylist.
Can I be your stylist? I've been offering, and you don't take me up on this.
What do you do for me? What would you do for me?
We'd go to somewhere like Saks or Neiman's, and we'd set you up with a really great tailor.
I already have a well-tailored evening tuxedo, if you will.
I mean, we would do the whole thing. We'd get something made to measure. We'd get something contemporary. And you have to do the whole thing.
Right, but
it's all about the details. It's about everything, though.
Yeah, it may be about the details, but the truth is, right, that there are certain people. I'll put myself in that category. Maybe Jonah Hill, Kermit the Frog, Martin Scorsese. I mean, there's certain. I will never look I'm in like George
I
Clooney or
completely
Brad
disagree.
Pitt.
No.
What?
It's all about a really great suit.
You
will look. Anyone will look. I told you last time I was here. I wanted to put you in Simon Spur.
And
if you were wearing a Simon Spur shirt,
tell me,
you would look amazing.
I have to own it.
You have to own it,
right.
And it's all about excellent tailoring. If we went to like a really great menswear designer, where something like a Tom Ford suit, which is what Brad Pitt was wearing. Tom Hanks also wore Tom Ford last night. They'd look $1 million because it's all about the tailoring.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Tom Hanks also, I saw a photo of him. Like I said, I didn't watch any of it.
He looked fantastic.
Now, I want to come back to this question because it does irk me a little bit. Do you think there is a double standard on the red carpet? Do you believe that women should always get the lion's share of attention? And by the way, do you think that more women pay attention to the red carpet or men?
Well, yeah, more.
I mean, I think
more. This is like we call it the fashion Super Bowl. So yeah, so more women are paying attention to this. More women care about these shows because these are fantasy dresses. So there's just more to look at when you have, like a.
There's Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez.
I mean, she supposedly had.
I wasn't a fan of this dress, but I did love Jessica Chastain and Alexander McQueen. That was an amazing dress. Yeah, and so there's just more to look at. I mean, her dress was embroidered in gold, and there's just you can't get that level of detail.
Am I about to do something that is politically unacceptable? Alexander McQueen, is he still with us?
No, but his
the label lives on.
So it's Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen. I got to be careful
here because the one thing that I have done in fashion over the last few years, I'm not a fashion maven, but I did go to the Alexander McQueen show.
You did?
Yeah.
Even
at
I
the
haven't visited
Metropolitan.
Alexander. You meant the
huge one at the Metropolitan Museum. And by the way, like I said, it was pretty good.